Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We just got home from seeing an IMAX screening of The Wolfman, the new Wolfman, written and directed by Lee Winnell. His last movie was the remake of The Invisible Man right before COVID hit. And then he did a great sci-fi movie called Upgrade. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's badass. Now, I was excited about this film. I like Lee Winnell as a writer and a director. He's proven himself to be a really good director, solid director, and a good writer. And I love werewolf stories, so I was very excited about another take on the original Wolfman. So, this is going to be very minimal spoilers. I'll do a spoiler review for Monday, but for now, this is a non-spoiler out of the theater reaction since the movie just dropped yesterday. Basically, we have this, right in the beginning of the film, we set up what's going to happen. We have this young child who we meet 30 years later as a husband and a father. He lives with his father in the middle of the woods in Oregon, and his dad's kind of like a prepper. They go out hunting one day, and they encounter a creature that they've heard about, but they've never encountered. Fast forward 30 years, he finds out, he gets a letter in the mail saying the state of Oregon has deemed his dad dead. He's not surprised because his dad had disappeared sometime earlier. So him and his wife and his daughter decide to go to the farm to collect his father's things. And this is when they get attacked and things go bad. And that's the Wolfman. I don't want to give anything else away because we're definitely getting into spoiler territory. I think the acting here across the board is great. We do have a very small cast. That's one of the strengths of this film. We only have a couple locations. This was shot in New Zealand, but the city part, when we catch up with them 30 years later, is in San Francisco. And then the farmhouse, pretty much, and the road and some of the forest. That's it. That's the only locations to this movie. I heard, from what I read, the budget was $25 million, which is the sweet spot. I said in my review for the 2010 Wolfman remake, that was $150 million. I thought they spent too much money. The sweet spot for these monster films they want to do should be like $25, $50 million. Let the filmmakers do their thing, do something cool, bold, creative, new, and make a kick-ass monster movie. And I think, in my opinion, I've seen some middling things online. Some people didn't like this film. It really worked for me. I thought the acting was well done. I really loved Lee Winnell's directing. The score, the sound design, especially in IMAX, my God, it was great. Got Troy to jump a few times. Now, the elephant in the room is the makeup. I know a lot of people have been talking about that ever since it leaked that guy in a costume at Halloween Horror Nights back in the fall. Okay, if you go in expecting the 1941 Jack Pierce makeup or the Rick Baker makeup from 2010 or American Werewolf in London or Rob Bottin's makeup from The Howling, you're not getting any of that. This is a very different Wolfman. He doesn't look nothing like the Wolfman. And I know that's bothering some people, but for what Lee Winnell is going for, more about disease, more about like a feral creature, not that a Wolfman's not, but it's more like disease-like, and it goes into body horror as we watch him change over one night, because this all takes place over one night. So we see his change come gradually, little things. His face is starting to change. Then his body's changing slowly. His eyes, his hands, his body, he gets more hair, but nothing like the original. So it's very subtle. It's not like you're not getting away. Like, there is transformation stuff in this film, but don't expect like American Werewolf in London, like that amazing you're not getting that here, or The Howling. You're not getting stuff like that here. It's more subtle. It's well done and it's all practical. It's just you're not getting something like you got in those films. So you got to divorce yourself from that. If you could do that, I think you'll dig it. It's a contained story. It's a simple story, taking the story back to basics. It's still a tragic story, just like the original film. And I really dug it. I really did. I don't want to give too much more away because you're going to get into spoilers, but I think Lee Winnell did a really nice job giving us an updated version of the Wolfman story. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give my rating, and I'm going to kick it to Troy, let him tell you what he thought of it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I know some people had some pacing issues with it. Actually, I did not. I was surprised. I was there for the whole, it's about an hour and 43 minutes long. I was never bored. I was fine with the runtime. And I know I just said that about Nosferatu back at Christmas, that I thought there were some pacing issues, especially going toward on the last stretch of the film. I had no problems with this film. 8.5 out of 10 for me for the Wolfman. Troy, what was your rating for the film?
7.5 out of 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Were you getting a little antsy at some of the slow parts, but you enjoyed the action parts though.
Yeah.
Like the chasing and all that. Yeah, okay, so Troy gave it a 7 out of 10. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know down below, did you see it yet? Or do you plan seeing it this weekend? Are you a fan of the other Wolfman movies? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. That's it for this one. I'll be back soon with a spoiler review for this film because I want to talk about it more. I want to talk about more in detail about it. But that's it for this one. Until next time, bye.